Okay, this is the interior plumbing and appliances video. And speaking of appliances, we do not have a doorbell nor a door knocker on this home, on the entrance. The fireplace is an appliance of sort. This is a wood-burning fireplace. It's supposed to have a 24-inch hearth extension extending from it. That's not quite 24 inches. Okay, again, it's wood burning. I know that this floor is not flammable, but people should stay about 26 inches away from the front of the fireplace. It'd be nice if this is marked off some way if people are going to use it. It's a bifold glass fireplace. Okay, these are either all the way open or all the way closed. Okay, all the way closed for use or all the way open for use. Halfway creates an auxiliary chimney. Heat rises like a plunger and can drag or suck the carbon monoxide out into the living space. On the outside, we'll learn that the ash door latch is broken. This fireplace grate, that's a very nice grate. Looks like it can hold a lot of wood. It looks like it could hold too much wood. It looks like it's oversized for the fireplace. We have a spark arrestor screen. These are all good things. Spark arrestor screen. We have talked about the fireplace a little bit when we were doing the roof. So we're talking about the flashing around that, and the chimney crown is messed up. We talked about that. But again, you want to make sure that this hearth extension, you want to make sure that this fireplace this log grate is sized properly for the fireplace. Moving on along. See if I can lay down here a little bit. This is the part where I get to lay down. Well, that takes a nap. This is cracking in here. Okay, that all needs to be sealed around the lintel and then further down to keep heat from getting into the wall system. We've got a damper up here. This is a good thing. It works. And then if you look up in here, how about that? See those white cracks up in there? Those are called clean cracks. You see, if heat was going out through the chimney, it would take the soot with it. And when it takes the soot with it, then those cracks will be dark. But when they're white like that, it means that your chimney is sucking air into. Okay? So it's not getting enough combustible air in the house, in the living space. So what's happening is this fireplace needs to breathe, and the fire's going, and it's sucking air through there. Okay, that's called negative pressure. So that's what those clean cracks are for. So what needs to happen is, cracks should be sealed. You need a chimney sweep to do that. But when you're running the fireplace for an extended period of time, you need to crack a window or something. This house used to have old single pane aluminum frame windows, all shaky windows, shaky doors. It used to be a drafty house. And now it's not a drafty house, it's tighter. I've added insulation in the attic, all those kinds of things. And so now the house is more of a tight house. And this fireplace needs the same air that you do. And so you got to get it some air. And if it's not, it's going to start sucking it. Again, it's sucking it out of the attic, sucking it out of the walls. Now the fireplace goes out, you have all this residual heat, and the heat goes back out through the cracks. It's just kind of a bad thing. It's kind of a bad thing. So we want a fireplace guy to look at that. Coming on, this is the only smoke alarm in the house, and it's chirping, so it doesn't work. It needs batteries. Okay, when they start to yellow like this, that means they've aged out. This home has a fireplace. Since it has a fireplace, you also need a carbon monoxide alarm. You need a smoke alarm in the main living area. That hallway doesn't cut it. You need a smoke alarm, and if you put one here, it would be the main living area, and it would be just outside of this bedroom door, because you're supposed to have smoke alarms outside of your bedroom doors. This bedroom does not have a smoke alarm. None of the smoke alarm bedrooms have smoke alarms. Moving on along, this commode is too close to the wall. The drain is not supposed to be closer to the wall than 15 inches. Coming on along here, we've got a leak underneath the sink. What's that leak from? I don't know. It's leaking. Your sink is leaking. Okay, we got some PVC plumbing in here. You can see the drain line. It does not have an escutcheon plate. See these little metal guys? Those are escutcheon plates. We do not have an escutcheon plate for that drain line. And we got a leak underneath this sink. And this commode is too close to the wall. You're probably not going to be able to move the commode. You're probably not going to be able to move the wall. But just know that, I mean, if you're left-handed, you know, you're kind of tight in here. If you're right-handed, I guess you can just leave the door open. It's kind of cramped. Kind of cramped. This is the thermostat. The air conditioner is not working. The breaker for the condensing unit is not on. Okay, it's been turned off for a reason. And so that's, home inspectors don't just come in and start flipping on breakers. If I flip that breaker on and something blew up, well then shame on me. But there's no shame on me today. The air conditioner doesn't work. You need an air conditioning guy. That guy's chirping. This is the hall bathroom. It's far enough away. Okay, commode. This is now one thing that I haven't noticed in any of these bathrooms, because the water heater is not working. So I can turn the hot water on, but I'm not getting any hot water. I'm not getting any hot water. Why? The breaker for the water heater has been turned off. What would happen if I turned that breaker on and it blew up the water heater? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. The listing agent got a letter of intent saying that I was coming today to inspect this house and certain things were expected. The seller signed a contract stating that these things would be ready for inspection at the seller's expense. The seller is not honoring his agreement. The listing agent was notified. So that this just, you know, I don't make up the rules. I'm one of them what they call professionals. Alright, so we come up underneath here. We're missing our escutcheon plate on the drain line, but we're also missing our escutcheon plates on the water supply lines. We're in the hall bathroom, remember, and we've also got a flexible drain. I put one of those in, and after I got tired of fixing it all the time, you know, it was the easy way out. But my wife got tired of me underneath there and clogging it all the time. That will clog. Code says that that's supposed to be smooth surface. That is a code violation. Do they sell it in the store? They sure do. I bought one. I told you about it. I bought one. Is it right? No, it's not right. It's not right at all. Now, these bathrooms, okay, for one thing, I don't know what this switch goes to. Kind of interested to know. This one goes to the fan. 3 guesses where the fan vents to. First 2 don't count. The fans are venting directly into the attic space. These fans, yeah, they call them fart fans. I get it. They call them fart fans, but you know what? These fans are to take the moisture out of the room. Where are they going to put it? In your attic? You want moisture in your attic? I don't want moisture in my attic. No, they don't belong in the attic. Vent fans do not vent into the attic. No, they're not supposed to do that. We're coming in here to the primary bedroom. Primary bedroom. This is a shower. Again, I can't tell you if hot's hot or cold's cold. You know, I just know that water runs on both sides. Water comes out. You got some pitch in your niche, so that's kind of nice. Everything drains like it's supposed to. We're missing our escutcheon plate on the water supply line to the primary bedroom commode. Also in the primary bathroom, what do we got? We got another one of those flexible drains. Look at there. Yeehaw, flexible drains. You know what else we're not missing? We're missing an escutcheon plate on that drain right there. That's what we are. I'm moving on along. And it's kind of shame on me for 2 things. I get to tell off on myself. This is the water heater closet. Alright. One thing I didn't mention in the water heater video, which I guess you're about to see, okay, is that this drain line right here, the primary, the temperature pressure relief drain line, is supposed to open into an open vacuum and an open breaker in the same room as the closet. And they usually fix that by taking it down to the water heater and then it goes on out. I don't really like that open vacuum thing. I don't really like that. But you know what? It doesn't matter what I like. That's the code. That's the code. So there's that. So now I got that one. I righted that wrong. Now the second one is before I do my next video, my last video. I don't know if there's any power to this yet. I have not tested that yet. But you know what? I've tested this, and you know what? It's not GFCI protected. It's supposed to be GFCI protected in the laundry. And water comes out of these, but I don't know if hot's hot and cold's cold. Moving on along, this is the, okay, so that's 3 bathrooms, 2.5. I believe it was advertised as having 3 bathrooms. The tax records say that this house has 2 bathrooms. That's what the tax record says. You know what the tax record says? The tax record says that this is a 3-bedroom house. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me get that other room, 5. It's a little different than what the tax record says. I don't know what that means. I'm not an appraiser. I'm not a realtor. I will say this because of appliances and stuff. I don't know the exact size of this, but this is your air filter, and this is where you change it. Right there. If I could read the size on it, I'd like to, so you have an idea of what to get. It's a nice clean air filter too, by the way. Doesn't matter. You want to put a new air filter in it when you move in, so that way you can replace it once a month and you have a baseline. You got something to start with. Moving on along in here, we're in our kitchen. Okay, the oven just told me, it just sung. It says, "Hey bud, it's 350 in here." Okay. 350 in there. Turn that off. There you go. See, it's making some smoke. I took all that stuff out. This stuff, all this paper, all this plastic was supposed to have been out before we started this. It was. But you know what? It wasn't. It wasn't. So I haven't done, and I got the light on. Let's see if I can get in here. Turn that light, turn that off. So we got broil, keep warm, favorite, control lock. We got a self-cleaning. Okay, I don't test self-cleaning. I don't test timers. It doesn't say anything about convection. Okay, I got the broil on. I turned the cooktop on. I didn't get a data plate for that because of the way it's installed. I like to provide data plates when I can. You know, but all the burners are working, and there should be some instructions in here on how to take care of your flat top. These will look good for a long time if you take care of them. Now this is pretty interesting. This is the kitchen fan. It's high enough. The fan comes on. Everybody loves that. You know where it vents? 3 guesses. The first 2 don't count. It vents directly into the attic. This does not vent outside. And see right up here where the mouses have been chewing around the edge. You got mice in your attic, but that's not mouses. That's not mouses. That is some kind of a, let's just call that a handyman special. And the way you cut around there, what you're supposed to have is you're supposed to have a plate, a corrugated metal plate around there. It's called a fire blocking plate. So that if you have a fire, it won't go up into the attic, or it will stay inside the pipe, which is supposed to go outside anyway. I guess you don't need a fire blocking plate as long as because the thing is venting straight into the attic anyway. So you just can't. Boy, they just, you know, you just can't win. Just can't win. Coming along here. Okay, the dishwasher. It's not GFCI protected. The food waste disposal is not food waste GFCI protected. The food waste disposal is 1/3 horsepower. This electric cord does not have a connector on it. It just hangs in there. Just hangs in there. You think it's going to vibrate and beat that wire up and shock you, and it's not GFCI protected? I do. That's what I think. I think that's kind of dangerous. Right here, see this little hose right in here? That's the drain line for the dishwasher. It's supposed to have an anti-siphon loop. The way it is now, there's nothing to protect the barometric pressure coming down from Elon Musk's spaceship and pushing down, or the moon, and barometric pressure pushing down, forcing the dirty water to go back into your clean dishes because you do not have the anti-siphon device. Another thing you do not have for the dishwasher is an electric service disconnect. It's probably behind it. I don't know. I can't see it. And neither the dishwasher nor the garbage disposal are GFCI protected. Oh, I got a little bit of water going on here too. We're leaking some water. Where's that coming from? I didn't notice that from before. Oh, there. It's coming from the... Okay. Probably needs to be fitted up a little bit. Look at there. We got some water. Okay. Now, you see the way this cabinet comes down like this? That cascades down. That's the way it's supposed to go. You see this right here? That's called a foul line, F-O-U-L. Okay, that's how us hillbillies say it, foul line. That's where all the germs and the bacteria and the cooties and the viruses hide. Right there. And your realtor's going to tell you, just put some bleach under there. The builder, the seller,